I used to think becoming a smart rich girl meant looking expensive all the time. Matching workout sets, clean girl makeup, expensive coffee, cute budgeting apps I opened twice and never touched again. I thought if my life looked organized enough, eventually it would start feeling organized too. Spoiler alert, it did not. My room was messy. My sleep schedule was embarrassing. I was stress ordering food 3 times a week and buying random little treats every time life annoyed me. And the crazy part is from the outside, I actually looked pretty put together. That's what nobody tells you. A lot of girls don't have money problems. They have emotional exhaustion problems wearing a money problem costume. And once I realized that, my entire life started changing. Hi girls, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm basically the friend who disappears for 3 days, restructures her entire life, buys a new water bottle for motivation, and comes back convinced she's entering a new era. And honestly, sometimes it works. Today, I want to talk about the habits that genuinely made me feel financially stable. Not fake internet rich. I mean calm, in control, less impulsive, less chaotic. Because I think social media made rich girl habits look very aesthetic when in reality the habits that changed my finances were honestly kind of boring. But they changed everything. I remember this one night specifically. It was around midnight. I had just had the worst week ever. I was tired, behind on work. My room looked like a tornado had hit it. And somehow I ended up on Sephora adding things to my cart like my future happiness depended on a lip oil and a $72 serum. In that moment, I genuinely believed buying those things would fix how I felt. And that's when it hit me. I wasn't shopping because I needed things. I was shopping because I needed relief. That realization humbled me so fast. Because suddenly every impulsive purchase started making sense. The random Amazon packages, the little treat iced coffees, the clothes I forgot about after 2 wears. I wasn't buying products. I was buying temporary emotional comfort. And honestly, I think a lot of us do this. We have a bad day and suddenly we deserve something. We feel insecure, so we buy things for our fantasy self. We feel behind in life, so we buy productivity items hoping discipline comes free with shipping. So I started doing something simple. If I wanted something non-essential, I waited 1 day. Just one. And girls, the amount of things I completely stopped wanting after 24 hours was insane. It made me realize most of my spending was emotional, not intentional. Now, before I buy something, I ask myself one question. Do I want this item or do I want a different feeling? Because those are not the same thing. Sometimes I didn't need to spend money. I needed sleep or structure or to clean my room or honestly just to go outside and touch grass for a second. Another thing that changed my life was realizing that real luxury is convenience, not status. Convenience. I used to care so much about looking elevated. I wanted my life to look expensive online while my actual daily routine felt stressful and chaotic. That's such a weird modern thing, by the way. Looking put together while secretly drowning behind the scenes. And one day I realized something. The women whose lives I actually admired were not always the flashiest girls. They were the calm girls. The girls who weren't constantly overwhelmed. The girls whose lives functioned smoothly. That became my new definition of wealth. So instead of buying things for aesthetics, I started buying things that reduced friction in my life. I bought an extra phone charger for my desk because I was tired of searching for one every morning like it was a missing child. I started meal prepping simple things because ordering food every time I got stressed was draining my wallet. I got better bedding because good sleep affects literally every decision you make. I automated my bills because late fees are honestly just taxes for disorganized people. Tiny things, but together they changed my entire life. Because you know what actually feels luxurious? Not panicking every morning, not constantly running late, not living in chaos. And can we talk about cheap things for a second? Because some cheap things are actually expensive in disguise. I learned this after buying the same type of thing over and over again because it was affordable. Cheap shoes that destroyed my feet. Fast fashion tops that stretched after 2 washes. Random trendy products TikTok convinced me I needed. I thought I was saving money, but really I was just paying repeatedly for low quality. Meanwhile, the girls who seemed smartest financially were doing the opposite. They bought slower. They repeated outfits proudly. They maintained their things. They weren't chasing every trend like it was a full-time job. That changed the way I shop completely. Now I ask myself, will this make my life easier or more annoying? Because if something wrinkles instantly, breaks easily, stains immediately, or creates more work for me, I don't care how cute it is anymore. I'm tired. I want peace. One of the biggest mindset shifts for me happened when I realized how much my energy affected my spending. This one was huge. There was a period of time where my routine was horrible. I would wake up and immediately scroll for an hour. Then I'd feel behind all day. Then I'd procrastinate. Then suddenly it was nighttime and I felt stressed and unproductive, so I'd reward myself with food delivery or random shopping because I had a hard day. Meanwhile, the hard day started because I gave my brain away before the day even started. Once I noticed that pattern, I started protecting my good energy hours like my life depended on it. Because honestly, it kind of does. Now when I wake up, I try not to immediately consume everybody else's thoughts before hearing my own. I protect my mornings. I do my hardest work when my brain feels fresh. And the weirdest thing happened. The more mentally clear I became, the less impulsive I became financially. Because exhausted girls spend differently. Stressed girls spend differently. Dysregulated girls spend differently. Half the time, we don't need another self-help product. We need better sleep and less screen time. And I need us to talk about avoidance because this one exposed me badly. I used to avoid checking my bank account after spending too much. Like, somehow ignoring it would make the situation less real. I had subscriptions I forgot about. Random charges I never questioned. I knew money was leaving my account, but beyond that, vibes. Pure vibes. And every time I thought about finances, I felt anxious immediately. But then I started doing weekly reset nights every Sunday. Nothing dramatic. I'd clean my room, wash my sheets, check my spending, plan my week, answer messages, figure out what needed attention before it became a problem. And girls, my anxiety dropped so much. Because confidence comes from clarity. Your finances feel terrifying when you avoid them. The second you start paying attention, things become manageable again. I also had to stop spending money trying to become a girl I wasn't supporting with habits. That one hurt. I'd buy workout clothes while avoiding the gym. Buy planners while refusing to plan anything. Buy expensive skincare while sleeping 4 hours a night and drinking no water. I kept trying to purchase the identity of my future self instead of building her slowly. And one day I realized my future self was probably exhausted carrying all these expectations I kept buying for her. So now I focus more on supporting the version of me that exists today, making her life easier, helping her function better, giving her systems instead of fantasies. Honestly, I think the most attractive thing about a woman is when her life feels stable. Not perfect, stable. When she trusts herself. When she handles things early. When she's intentional. When she's not constantly self-destructing every weekend and restarting every Monday. That energy is powerful. And I think social media sometimes confuses rich girl energy with just consuming expensive things. But real rich girl energy is emotional regulation. It's discipline. It's knowing when to stop. It's not needing to prove anything every 5 minutes online. And listen, I still love nice things. I love getting my nails done. I love cute outfits. I love little luxury moments. But now I see those things as additions to my life, not solutions for my life. That difference changed everything for me. Because once your life feels peaceful, you stop trying to shop your way into happiness all the time. So if you're in a season where you feel financially messy or emotionally chaotic, don't immediately assume you need more money. Sometimes you need better systems, better habits, better boundaries. Sometimes you need rest. Sometimes you need to stop coping through consumption. And sometimes you just need to sit down and be honest with yourself about what's actually draining you. Anyway, girls, that's today's little life talk. Let me know which part hit you the hardest, because personally, the buying things for my fantasy self realization almost took me out. And if you want a part 2 on the habits that helped me become more disciplined, more focused, and honestly way less emotionally reactive, let me know. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you girls in the next one.